Anjali is a pioneer working in the field of accessibility, education, training, etc. Dr. Anjali wears several feathers in her cap and has won many laurels nationally and internationally for herself, her organization, and for our beautiful country. Dr. Anjali is a member of Niti Aayog, SCO, Standing Committee, Government of India, Bureau of Indian Standards, Government of India, Indian Roads Congress, Government of India, Task Force on Women's Safety in Public Transport, Government of Delhi, and she's also member of the Transport Research Board, USA. So let me welcome Dr. Anjali. Hello, Anjali ji. Welcome.
Thank you, Sunita. Thank you so much to the Project Inclusion for having this wonderful webinar today on the day that we celebrate with pride, the International Day of the Persons with Disabilities. And today I'm going to talk about accessibility. Will I be able to share my screen, please?
Yes.
So as Sunita ji has already spoke about what Samarthyam does, my organization, we started almost 29 years back. Accessibility has seen change of mindset, awareness, and also the implementation that work we see these days. So I'm going to just share a couple of slides on what accessibility means to all of us and how we could make it possible to see that the accessibility is taken as a matter of right and not as a matter of luxury, and also that accessibility is for everyone, not only for people with disabilities. So to begin with, we know that there are people who have difficulty in moving around, seeing, remembering, self-care, hearing, and 1 out of 7 persons would actually undergo these kind of challenges in lifetime. So it could be just not that people who have got acquired disabilities, it could be also because of the age, it could be also because of many other factors like medical issues, it could be because of the nutrition, it could be also because of the climate. So the Rights of Persons with Disability Act in 2016 in India has identified 21 types of disabilities, but whatever is being done to ensure accessibility in the built environment or the physical environment is not only meant for, as I said, for people with disabilities, but also for others. So many times it's just taken for granted that there are certain things if we do, which is a myth. So if we provide accessible environment, that it could be very, very expensive issue and there will be a lot of funding required. But we have studies from international sources and within India as well that actually gives and highlight this information that refurbishment can cost 1 to 2% of the total project, and it's not an expensive affair at all. The cost is negligible if the accessibility standards are added in the planning stage. We have seen in the case of Delhi Metro, we have seen in many of the new buildings that are coming up, that cost becomes negligible. The another myth which is there is that that access is all about having a ramp or quote unquote handicap toilet, but that's not correct. The fact is that we have to have accessibility throughout the sites, the infrastructure, the buildings that we are going, but it has to begin from outside. So it's about accessing the building, using the facilities in the building, and also coming out with ease and safety if there is an emergency or if there's any kind of a disaster. Now, when we're talking about accessibility, the opportunities are abundant and we also have endless possibilities. So here are some pictures which I'm highlighting to show that each and everything needs to be accessible, whether they're schools, colleges, hospitals, tourism sites, whether they are bus stops, whether they are railway stations. even museums. Why not? Because people with disabilities have the right to go to the museums and tourism sites, and it opened up opportunities for being included in the mainstream societies, for employment, for being economically rehabilitated, empowered, many opportunities. So we look at universal design, the change that has happened from the past to present, and now we are moving on to the future. That universal design is a design that opens up, more avenues for independence, and also it enhances quality of life, and it benefits the transgenerational population from the child to a senior citizen, and it makes a built environment more user friendly. So it benefits everyone beyond age, gender, and disability. And when we look at this pictogram, we understand that everybody will undergo any kind of an issue throughout the lifetime, maybe because of temporary ailments, or maybe because of any of the natural calamities, or through the stages of having a child at a home. So what we need to do is to see that the life cycle of accessibility, from inception to strategy planning, designing, procurement of material, implementation with the correct accessibility standards, and then the monitoring and enforcement, including the people with disabilities as access auditors, goes into the peer review and see that each and everything becomes safe, accessible, reliable, and affordable. So these are four terms that we use for each kind of examples that we are putting up in tourism sites, built and transport ecosystem, public buildings, including spaces. So how do we go about making things safe? Starting from the pedestrian infrastructure, the road infrastructure, crossings, the traffic calming, efficient street lighting, and also having the police vigilance and emergency vehicles in case of a disaster. Safety is also about being independent and doing things on their own. So signages helps in a big way. Auditory signals are important for people with visual impairment to cross roads on their own. Accessibility is linked with safety, and accessibility in the pedestrian environment, in the on the roads, or even in navigation, when we require tactile pavers for people with visual impairment, everything becomes important. I'm giving some examples which we started with the Central Public Works Department, and these are very high profile buildings like the Nirman Bhavan and the Prime Minister Office, which many people think that the Prime Minister Office is a heritage building and you can't make it accessible. So I'm showing the gate number 5A, from where all the ministers and the PM himself, they take this route, and this route has been made accessible. A long time back, 2010, this is a picture we have taken. And then the reliability factor is all about having a consistency in the journey that people take, starting from origin to destination. That is a complete trip chain from home to wherever they are going. So these are some of the pictures of the metro stations and how metro has actually changed the mindset that it is possible to provide accessibility for people with all kinds of disabilities, including the bus rapid transit system, the BRT system, which is all over there in the country now. And it is one of the another important and cost-effective mode of transportation, public transportation, that enables people with disabilities to board the bus systems. Within the buses, there are also certain things required, such as the safety areas, and also the demarcated space for wheelchairs, including other facilities and amenities such as the public toilets, benches, dustbin, street furniture. Everything comes into the accessibility reliability factor, because even if one thing is missing, then it deters people with disabilities to come out of their homes.
Yeah. So
moving on, yeah, very quickly, just last 3 slides. Affordability is about not just about economics, but time, effort, and convenience. And then I'm showing you some examples of tourism sites. This is Delhi Heart and Red Fort. Red Fort is one of the major and very important historical site, and people thought we cannot make it accessible. But with Archaeological Survey of India, we had actually provided ramps and many other things. So just coming to the end of the presentation, I just want to highlight that a more user-friendly and efficiently designed environment for everyone to live, work, and play can happen only if accessibility is provided. And we cannot exclude people with disabilities or people with limited mobilities anymore, because it's a real threat. Equity is a democratic goal, and economic recession is always there. So we don't have the money to break and make the things. So let's do it now, not yesterday or tomorrow, but today itself. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I look forward to being connected for the question answers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Anjali ji. Um, Excellent. You know, you in such a short span, you know, mentioned so many things. The wonderful that you work that you are doing, and I'm always, you know, appreciable for your immense, you know, courage and the effort that you put in. So coming back to the question, the first question that I would like to ask you is about accessible India Accessible campaign. What is it about, and इसको हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं accessibility को?
So this is basically Accessible India campaign is सुगम्य भारत अभियान, और ये गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का बहुत बड़ा फ्लैगशिप कैंपेन है, जिसमें बहुत सारे टारगेट्स और इंडिकेटर्स हैं और टाइमलाइंस हैं कि हम किस तरीके से पूरे भारत को सुगम्य बना सकते हैं। बहुत चैलेंजिंग है, क्योंकि एज इट इज हमारी बहुत डाइवर्सिटी है, जोग्राफिकली है, पुराने नई बिल्डिंग्स हैं और बहुत फैलावट भी है। बट ये एक चैलेंज के साथ साथ एक अपॉर्चुनिटी भी है कि हम पूरे भारत को सुगम्य बनाए, और इसमें 2015 का एक डेडलाइन था जो कि 2022 में खत्म हुआ, और अगेन 5 इयर्स का इसमें एक एक्सटेंशन है ना, एंड वी आर होपफुल कि सुगम्य भारत अभियान में फिजिकल एनवायरनमेंट, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एनवायरनमेंट और इंफॉर्मेशन कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम तीनों का समागम है, जिससे कि पूरी तरह से हम भारत को सुगम्य बना सके।
बस एक्सेलेंट, यही सुनना था कि सुगमता होना अनिवार्य है, चाहे वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में हो, चाहे वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में हो। आज तो बस टिप ऑफ द आइसबर्ग हमने टच किया है। एक्सेसिबिलिटी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन बहुत बड़े एक विषय है, जिसके लिए किसी और दिन आपका जरूर हम लोग और इनपुट लेंगे। And thank you very much, Anjali ji, for sharing such informative insights regarding accessibility or transportation beyond, you know, your work speaks for itself. The responsibility that you and your organization has taken up is humongous, gigantic. And we can see the changes that you are, you know, bringing in the society and the mindset in general. I'm extremely happy to have you with us today, and thanking you once again for giving your consent to be a part of this webinar live event. Thank you, Anjali ji. Thank you so much.